first question is from Tonya, and she asked me, "How are you?" And I really didn't prepare for this question. I would say overall, really good. It's difficult to explain. I think I have a lot of really good days and really good moments, and then I have really low days and really low moments. Like the times feel very bipolar somehow, where I'll just like feel really great and then I'll feel really down, and then I feel kind of mellow, and then I feel kind of but overall I'm okay. I'm filming in public right now. I'm okay. I'm figuring out my life in Berlin here and I'm figuring out my Berlin life, but I'm also figuring out my life, and I just so happen to be in Berlin, I guess. I'm turning 21 in like 2 weeks, which is crazy, and I really want to do a series on my 20s, but anyway, just to answer the question, I'm good. I think I'm good. Have you ever felt lost or scattered regarding your creative journey? Like having too many passions or creative outlets that you don't or can't specifically focus on one at a time? And my answer to this is welcome to the past 5 years of my life. What is it like to live in Berlin as a young person? Is it a good place to live? For me, I can't imagine a place that I would rather be at the moment as a young kind of independent creator, at least what's like in proximity to where I'm from, which is Switzerland, or what's realistic to get to. I guess like London or New York or someplace in Asia would also be really cool, but I don't really see myself moving there at the moment, where I'm kind of like getting started. I really love it. I love Berlin as a city, like even just architecturally and like city planning, and there's so many different neighborhoods that are very different. There's a lot of different interesting like facets to Berlin. I love that it has so much history. Everywhere you go, you know that something happened there, or it was like an important place, or I just love that you can really feel the history everywhere. I feel like my perspective is just kind of changing and evolving so much when I'm here and talking to all sorts of people, which is really cool. I think it's a great place to live as a young person. Just like to what I've experienced, people here are really relaxed, they're really open, and they genuinely want to get to know you and be friends. Obviously, you know, that's very generalized, and there's cool people and not so cool people everywhere, but just in my experience, it can be a bit difficult to kind of get a footing, but I think that's like that in almost any bigger city you want to move to. So if you can find a way to live here, I definitely recommend it. Okay, that was really hard to answer. Next question is by Elliot, who asked, how are you defining your gender identity and sexuality? Smiley face. I feel like I've been consuming so much about these topics, like on Instagram, and reading blog posts and articles and watching videos about it, but when I read this question, I actually had to Google for a minute. I don't know how much that says about me, but I hope I answered this right. So I guess I identify as a woman, but that word feels maybe like 80 to 90% right. Yeah, if there was another word that would come up in the future, maybe I would kind of change to that, I guess, if that makes sense. But I guess for now, woman works. You know, sometimes I just feel more feminine energy, sometimes I feel more masculine energy, and I just kind of go with that and go with what I feel inside. Yeah, what I realized when I thought about this question is, I think I identify myself so much with my work and with, you know, creating and me as an artist, that I don't really think that much about other things I identify myself with, which I don't know if that's problematic, but that's where I'm at with this right now. What I'm going to say on sexuality is the most important thing to me, you know, when it comes to if I'm attracted to a person, is their personality and vibe, and if it's a cool person, then, you know, everything else is secondary or doesn't matter. Next up, we have Jean M or Sean M asking, are there new projects coming up soon? And that is a great question because I'm so excited to finally share with you that I've been working on something new. I'm going to be publishing a newsletter called Nays Room or Nays Room Newsletter. And I was inspired by Josia, I hope I'm saying your name right, a friend of mine, and we met for coffee and he talked about his newsletter. And like, I never understood newsletters or like those email marketing emails, but when he talked about it, it just clicked in my brain and I was like, this is everything I have been looking for. So yeah, it's gonna be published once a month, and I'm basically just gonna compile what I've been up to the past month, what I've been working on, like music discoveries, art discoveries, film discoveries, podcasts I've been listening to, books I've been reading. So yeah, it's gonna be a bit of everything, and I'm just gonna do my thing on there, and you know, either you're gonna read it or not. The first issue, I guess, is coming out on April 1st. Make sure you sign up now so you don't forget. And then yeah, I just have a bunch of cool photo projects planned. Yeah, I'm just gonna be I have lots of people I want to collaborate with and make cool stuff with, so that's the new stuff that's coming up, I guess. Oh, look at the screen. What happened to your art portfolio? Did you apply or get in any? Here's the long lost question. I ended up only applying to 2 schools, the one in Lausanne and the one in Berlin, and I got an interview for the one in Lausanne, which I went to, and I didn't get in. And then for Berlin I got completely rejected, but that's fine because I don't think I would want to be in a fine art course anyway, and that kind of ties into the next question. Where would you like to be in your life in a month, a year, and in 5 years? So I guess the intent of the question is just to find out what my future plans are, which is that I think I would like to start studying this year. Again, not a fine art course, but maybe doing a double major and kind of maybe art history and then something technology related. I think that would be cool, but I haven't looked into it too concretely yet or any specific schools. I'd really love to focus on video and on building my photography business. So in a year I'd love to have made progress on that and work on projects that I really love and work with clients that I like and just be the best photographer I can be. So I'm actually just walking around this area. I've never been here and I stumbled across this cute market. So that's our backdrop. I hope I don't get called out. How do you find like-minded creative people? So for me, I personally mostly use Instagram. So I'll either find people I think are cool and message them, or I'll have other people message me. Then on YouTube, I find a lot of cool people as well. And then just through mutual friends. Yeah. Yeah, and do I have any advice? I think just making your own art and then kind of using that to like pave the way and find other people. Oh, through collaborations. So if you make art as well, you know, collabing with other people, that's a good way. Okay, this is probably not the best place to get in. Aaron Broderick asked, favorite clothing items at the moment? I got these loafers on Vagabond and I love them. They're kind of uncomfortable, but they look really good. Our next location is this street that's really cute. It's got all of these like decorations. I don't know what it's called. Garlands? And also there's a really cute Korean cafe that my friend Dana showed me. Peak Berlin, I don't know. Rain Barossa asked, what genre do you gravitate on in reading books? Love from the Philippines. First of all, much love back. I really hope to visit sometime soon. I've never been. And to answer your question, I have 2 words. Sally Rooney. Anything that person writes is just... I wish I could read nonfiction. Somehow I just really can't at the moment. But yeah, I guess any fiction that's kind of realistic, not too dramatic. I don't like sci-fi, I guess that's the word. No, fantasy. Not really my thing for some reason. I don't know. I can see the potential in it. So something that I have become quite mindful of in the past years is thinking about who the people are that write the books that I read. So I'm reading a lot of books written by women or queer people or people of color. Hi, just quickly saying hi from the cafe. So cute. Definitely recommend coming here from Berlin. Also the owner, she is so lovely. Yeah, I had a little garlic bun and yeah, just good vibes in here. Hi and welcome to our next location, which is this blue basketball field. It's so cool. Also there's people playing ping pong in the background, so if you hear shouting, don't mind that. Aaron Broderick asked, which photographers / artists are you inspired by? And also, sorry, it's windy as fuck. Also, Kath _ asked, who are your favorite contemporary artists? I'm so excited to talk about this because I'm obsessed with other artists. I have my top 3 kind of holy grail favorites in photography. And they're just so extremely good and at such a high level of talent and creativity and everything. I don't understand how they make art. It's just outerworldly. Number 1 is Carlota Guerrero, and she is a Spanish or Spain-based artist, I'm not quite sure. And her work is just amazing. Yeah, and she's worked with a lot of cool artists. Like she did a lot of art direction, I think, for Solange. She did Joy Crook's new artwork. Oh, she does a lot of Paloma wool visuals. Yeah, just insane. Next is Tyler Mitchell, who is just every single time so outstandingly good. I love how his concepts are so simple but so powerful, and it's just beautiful. It's just really beautiful. And then finally, Leslie Zhang, who is a Shanghai-based photographer, and their work is, I mean, again, insane. You don't know how many hours I've studied this person's work, especially the lighting. It's just like incredible every time. Kath _ also asked, what do you do when you're in a creative rut? Love you. Much love back to you. So I'm actually struggling a lot with this right now. If you can tell, I haven't made a YouTube video in 2 months. Yeah, I've just been watching interviews, listening to podcasts, and just kind of following what interests me. You know, if I don't feel like making videos, I'll try and make something else. If I'm making music, someone asked me, Sahar Prof asked if I make music and how I make it. So yeah, I've been getting into making music on my iPad on GarageBand. It's super just like super simple, and like I have zero ambition, but it's really fun, and it's interesting how having fun creating that has kind of spilled over, and it's inspired me to make videos and stuff again. I don't know if you can see this, but the sun is coming out a little bit, which is nice. Leticia Torres asked, please tell us about your favorite music. Also, can you share some of your favorite things about life / being alive in general, things that make your heart warm and almost unexplainably joyful? First off, that is the cutest question ever. My favorite music, there is so much. I'm just gonna name like the things that I can think of on the top of my head. Music favorites, definitely Tyler the Creator, Rex Orange County. I've been getting into Young Lean recently, I don't know why. Frank Ocean classic. I love Olivia Rodrigo. Her songwriting is so amazing. I love Tame Impala, Beach House. I've been also listening to a lot of old stuff, I guess older. I really like Billy Joel. Jazz, kind of in that direction, but it's kind of hard to say like specific artists. I used to be really like indie, that's everything, and kind of like hip hop and trap. And now I've been getting into pop more. Like I have a like newfound appreciation for that, just like songwriting in general. Especially when you start making your own music, you just kind of realize, like, fuck, there is so much nuance and complexity to this. And then favorite things about being alive: coffee, good warm hugs, laughing with people. That's probably like the best thing about being alive. It's just like laughing with other people and just having a good time. Nature, like meadows and walking in grass barefoot at dawn. Like, I can't think of anything better. Sun, gardens, flowers, trees. I love lakes, I love the ocean, I love ponds. Like, I could just watch the way the water moves for hours. It's so fascinating to me. And then of course just art, you know, I love reading, I love music, I love films, I love it all, and it makes living worthwhile so much. Thank you for this amazing question. Let's go. Melissa Hurtado asks, what inspires you? Also, what is your favorite music to play in the background when doing chores, working, or making art? What inspires me is definitely art by other people. Oftentimes when I make things, I want to make things that make people feel the way that I felt when I enjoy my favorite art. When I'm watching my favorite film, or seeing my favorite photographer's exhibition, or listening to my favorite music, I definitely channel that and then create from that place. Further, I would say life is a huge source of inspiration. Emotions, I definitely kind of drop into my emotions a lot and create from there. I take a lot of notes on my phone, conversations, just walking around, seeing things. That's like also a big factor that Berlin plays, I guess, just walking around. And stories. Yeah, I guess stories also a big inspiration factor. What sorts of things do I listen to in the background when I work? I love listening to ASMR. I don't know why. Moving on. And whatever is just kind of like on the top of my liked songs, like anything I've added newly. But interestingly, when I paint, I really like listening to Bia Badoobie and King Cruel. Hi everyone, welcome to the next day. So yesterday while filming, my camera battery died and I had to stop. Also, I spent all day outside, so I started feeling really sick. We're back today. It's beautiful weather. Berlin's been having amazing weather. The only thing is yesterday was the only cloudy day in a long time, so that was kind of interesting. Anyway, Hannah Lea asked in German, but I'm going to translate to English. How do you deal with disappointments and rejections? The first thing I do is I immerse myself in people. I think that's how you say it. I just spend a lot of time with friends and family, and I think that reminds me of my worth as a person again, and kind of my greatness inherently. You know, whenever you have a rejection, that kind of takes a hit. I mean, when I have a rejection, it takes a hit on my confidence and self-worth. So yeah, I do that. Secondly, when I got rejected from the art school in Berlin last year, my friend Ella gave me a call and said that when she deals with disappointments, she makes a list of everything kind of, I guess, good that comes from the rejection. I think that was her advice. Anyway, I think just like to get perspective into it and see it as a redirection, and trying to think about and get yourself excited about what the next steps could be. Yeah, but it's really hard. Like, when I got rejected from the art school, I was just sad for like a week or two, and there's nothing I could do about it. So I think it's totally good and okay to kind of feel it, and I don't really have a magical solution to make yourself instantly feel better, but yeah. On to the last question, which a lot of people wanted to know. Asiana Eberle asked, how do you finance your life? And also, how much money do you need living in Berlin? By making YouTube videos and posting on Instagram, so doing social media work. And I also take photos for other people, so being a photographer. And I think as soon as you're in the creative community industry, or at least in my experience, I've just gotten odd jobs here and there, like all sorts of stuff where I've just helped out. I also get a little bit of financial support from my parents, but I really cover most of my expenses myself. How much money do you need living in Berlin? I think it really, really depends. I remember when I was researching moving to Berlin, to go to school here, I saw on a lot of websites and forums that you need maybe like 100 to 1,000 euros a month. So yeah, something around that. Alright, those are all of the questions for today. I really hope that you enjoyed and that I was able to give you a bit of an update as to where I am in life, I guess. Yeah, don't forget to sign up to the newsletter, and if you like this video, give it a like. That really helps with getting it recommended. If you like my content, feel free to subscribe, and also follow me on Instagram. And yeah, take care, stay safe, and see you soon. Bye.